Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. I'm AC Gamer,
This is the Cypher deck.
and on today's episode, guys, we're going to be playing our level 20-ishes, somewhere in that range. I'm level 24, and Cypher, you're all the way up to a higher level than I am now.
No, I am 24, almost 25.
Yeah,
I'm halfway.
you're getting there.
Soloed it.
You're getting there. Now, how did you like your soloing experience over in Upper Guck as a shaman? Because shamans are notorious for being amazing soloers.
I like it a lot. It made it very, very easy on me.
Now, what was your method with the soloing? Like, was it hard to break rooms? Was it a little bit easier? Did you root rot? Like, what was your thing?
Root rot. Root / melee is how I killed everything. Now I have a GFG in my hand. I'm actually getting on my weir so that I can have you transfer some haste gloves to him. That way we can have a little bit more DPS on my side as well.
All right. Well, just so you know, I already have haste gloves on this guy. I have the silver. Is it chitin? I think it's chitin. I was always pronouncing it chitin, but I think it's chitin hand wrap. So.
Okay. Then, okay. I can wait. I don't need it. I love it, but I don't need it.
Right. Well, I mean, I wish I could change it for you, but yeah, we'll have to wait and do it on a different tune. They're amazing gloves. Unfortunately, they are a glove slot, so I would love to be able to get the belt. FBSS goes for a little bit more money. Monks tend to want to use that. Same thing with rogues. They tend to like the belt a little bit more, unless they can get up into Plane of Sky and get themselves something better, a no-drop one, or even better than that, the Quest no-drop one, which is absolutely amazing for pretty much any class that can get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Though we saw one last night that was even better than that. That came off of a dragon over in TOV, so if you can get all the way over there, you could just bypass the months it may take you to get your belt up in Sky, and that's going every week, you know, every Saturday, every Wednesday, whatever the day is for your guild.
Yep.
You know, I kind of would lean towards TOV if your guild is doing dragons. If not, then Sky may be your only option. Now, you were saying
I
you're
am
going
buffing myself so I can move, by the way.
Okay. You were saying you're going more with the melee root rot kind of thing in Upper Guck at the Scryer room. Do you believe you could have done that with lesser equipment? Because your guy is pretty decked out.
He isn't really. He has a lot of non-visible equipment, but his visible equipment doesn't say that I'm decked out.
No, but I know you are. You spent like... What would you think the total worth of your character is? In the 10s or the 20s?
As of right now, it's more than 20. Probably around... I mean, this is gear that I have accumulated over my account. This isn't that I bought for him, but I would say I'm in the 80K range at the moment.
80K? Holy crap. Okay, so those of you who are thinking maybe you could go down there to the Scryer room and do the same thing as well, do you think it's possible? Do you think that you had enough of a buffer zone due to your equipment that was a lot easier, or is it not even plausible for somebody who is just kind of starting the game as a shaman?
It is plausible. I actually ran into a really cool shaman who was wearing he was new. He was like fresh off of the boat in Tahalis, and he was around level 20ish, still wearing cloth, the leather stuff that you get off of certain mobs. He was rocking a fine steel two-hand what is it called? It's the staff. So yeah, I mean, he was doing good. He didn't have as much mana as I did, but he was still holding his own. And I wasn't expecting that, and I'm glad because he was a lot of the reason for whenever I was duoing that I was able to pull some of the things I was able to pull.
Right. Well, most people are not going to be able to afford 60 to 80K worth of equipment on a brand new tune. So you
neither was I, but this is accumulated
Yeah.
over several years.
I'm just saying for people who are watching the video and they're like, oh, I might try out the Scryer room and solo it a little bit. If it's broken, it probably would have no trouble whatsoever. If it's not broken, you're gonna run into some issues because that's pretty hard. 3 or 4 mobs at the same time. Some of them will tend to be shamans or casters, so even if you root them, you're gonna have to pull them around a corner, and
Yes.
you know your root's probably not gonna last throughout the entire fight. So you're gonna take quite a few hits. Sounds pretty dangerous, but the experience you got there seems to be well worth it if you can do it.
Well, that's how it was for me. Is I didn't do the rotting portion of it. I may have had gotten down to 2 mobs, and I threw my dot on the other mob while I was face tanking and had already slowed the mob that I was on. But I was pulling the. I had shrunk myself twice, and I pulled myself around this little corner that the other mob couldn't see me, and I would just stick in this pocket, killing the mob straight up.
Right. Hey, Juicebox, how you doing, man? He said, hello, you two. Can or can't probably is what you're going with. Can't wait to see what's in store today. A death I know for sure. We're going to be going over to HighPass and seeing if we can maybe possibly kill a few of the orcs over there if it's not already camped. Sometimes you'll find a high-level guy camping the name for that idol that sells. Last time I checked, it was about 800 plat. It might be worth more. It might be worth less. It depends on how much people are raiding and how often they need those DA idols that drop over there. But
yeah,
you know, ranger and a shaman combo. I actually got level 22 the other day during the video, and we were so enamored with just killing and me pulling, I didn't even realize level 22 was a spell level. So I got a few new spells, including Harmony, which I have desperately been waiting for. I got most of my spells over in the Tree City. Unfortunately, it seems like maybe I missed a few that aren't sold there, or maybe they're sold at different vendors, because I didn't get Fear Animal, which, you know, definitely need to get that. And I think I missed maybe one other spell, so I'm going to have to go look for that one, find out where those are at, and pick those up. But Harmony, you know, like that's going to be nice, because I think HighPass is considered an outside zone.
are you already in Kithakor, or
I'm running through the last of the commons right now. I just got into it, so be passing the jewel ring here in a minute, and we'll be making our way over.
I am in East Common still. I had to do a full regiment of buffs. I think what I'm going to do is just run over to Neriak real quick and bank, because 6,800 plat is not helping me very much.
What, you can do it? Oh, you're evil. That's right. All right.
I am you. I am evil.
So for those of you guys who are wondering how slow it is to get the group going, I actually ran over from Upper Gug. I was in Upper Gug zone line while Cypher was sitting over here in East Commons, and I'm going to beat him to HighPass before he's even ready to go. So
I had to do my full regiment of buffs for me to even move at a normal, what would be called a normal pace, and that's even with SO and my strength buffs. But let me take a look at where I'm at. I'm at 266 over 168 as far as strength goes.
I'm just saying, this is why some raids meet up an hour before the raid actually starts, so that people are already there, rather than like log in and be like, oh my god, I got to do all this stuff. Yeah, it could take a little while for everybody to get coordinated. Definitely has been for us, and sometimes it's me. Sometimes I'm the one taking like an hour to get back to the group, but it's always nice when everything kind of clicks and you guys get into it. I think HighPass will be fun if we can do orcs. The orc scalps would be kind of nice for both of our guys. I don't know if we've out leveled them yet. I think 25, 26 is around the level where they're not quite as used or useful anymore, but you can still sell them for about 30 platis.
Oh, I'd use them for faction, but that's only so that I could get to the bank. But once I get to what, 20, I forget, when do you start killing guards inside of there? I don't even have an invis yet. So
killing guards? Yeah, I've never killed guards in there. Even when I had my monk, and I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to worry about faction or anything. I still didn't, but the experience and the money off of the goblineers in the basement was just too good to pass up. I know you're supposed to be able to make a lot of money off of guards too, but you know, 35 to 40 plat, or an ear. Yeah, that's crazy money.
That's That's going away now. I mean, next patch is getting rid of it.
Getting rid of the quest?
Getting rid of the money portion of it because it's not going to be worth much.
Why is that?
They're nerfing the experience that you get, so you
Really?
can't power level your characters off of it.
Oh, wow. What about the orc scalps and the null scalps outside? Those going to get
Yep, the whole thing.
the crush realm belts? Those get nerfed too?
I don't know about those. They didn't mention those, but they mostly were talking about the goblin ears as being the main thing.
I mean, the experience for them is really good if you give them to a super newbie level. But that's just because they're hard to get. They're a high level mob. If you give them to somebody who's around that level, if you're actually in that camp and you turn them in as you're killing, the experience isn't fantastic. It's not horrible. It's definitely bonus. You know, you're killing mobs and then here, oh, by the way, here's a little bit of bonus experience with an ear. So you look forward to it, but you're not like, oh, I'm going to get 10% for turning that in. So I don't know why they would nerf that, unless maybe just back in the day they saw a lot of people being able to, like you said, power level through it, and I think that's hard earned. I mean, if you went to that area either in a group or with a high level tune and sat there for a long time and geared up enough ears on your character to bypass those low levels because you just didn't like those low levels, and some people are like that. Some people want to skip past level 20 to 30. There's a few in between levels that I wouldn't mind doing that from time to time where you're just a little too high for, say, Soul A, but not quite high enough, like by 1 or 2 levels, not quite high enough for Soul B. And if you have a quest that you can do to kind of push yourself past those 2 levels, then it makes things so much nicer, so much easier than running around trying to, you know, find something that isn't green to you at that point and yet still not yellow or red. But as far as like just a regular tune, I mean, you know, it really isn't that fantastic.
No, but what they're what you'll be seeing is that there's going to be a huge cash grab right before it changes.
Why is that?
Because people want to get rid of their ears before the change.
Oh, but everybody knows it's coming, so they're going to be selling them.
Not
for cheap.
everyone. I mean, new people come into the game, they don't know. I mean, if they remember that quest from back whenever they were playing EverQuest, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get those, and that'll help me out."
New people coming into the game are not going to have 35 plat to spend on each ear, so it's going to be older players that are going to have that kind of cash, and they're not going to pay it because they know what's coming. Which means the prices are going to drop dramatically because basically you wait to the last second.
Yeah, I mean, once the change, it's just only going to be a faction. I mean, that's the only reason you would do it.
That's still good enough in some people's books. I mean, if you're doing, like you said, your lizard, and you want to make sure that guy can bank over there, those goblin ears are a pretty good way to do that. You're going to need a lot of them. And you're going to need a lot of null scalps and a lot of orc scalps. I think I turned in maybe several hundred of the Knoll and the Orc scalps, and it got me barely good enough action to get towards the entrance of Highkeep. The guards at the entrance still hated my guts. I still had to feign death past them, but I could get all the way to them.
But I thought for banking, I thought monks could fade death bank.
You can, or you used to be able to before they changed. You used to be able to sneak behind them without feign deathing.
Well, sneak doesn't stop working. Sneak still works as a skill.
It doesn't work as well.
It doesn't work like it used to for pulling, though. I mean, once a mob is enraged and targeted, or not enraged, but has aggro on you, it's not removing that away from you anymore. But sneak as a skill has always worked for every class, even after the change.
Yeah, if you come up from behind them, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's
which you can fade death to them if you fade death over that wall.
But you do have to have good enough. Oh, so there's already a couple people here. Oh, they're red. Dang it.
Oh, so there's already people.
There's a yellow here. Let's see. 31 warrior. Okay, so there's 31 warrior and a 23 magician. Let's see, who's this other guy?
Will we get experience with him?
31, you should. Let's see if they kill this. I think Vacker might actually be killing everything.
They may be just waiting or something, or pulling just one or two at a time.
Let's go ahead and ask him. See what's going on. But yeah, I think the Knolls would be too low. This is the problem with making a trip all the way out to the end of the world. Finding out somebody's already camped it. See, 41 Ranger is here too. I think I'm better equipped than the 41 Ranger, to be honest.
Comes with time.
So, no reply back from those guys. Alright, let's go check the Knolls. I seriously think they're going to be too low. Like 18 maybe if we're lucky. We could do crag spiders. I mean,
we could
kind of
already
do that. Here.
Yeah. I mean, oh, you know what we could do if we don't want to do those? No, those are actually better experience. The crag spiders. I was gonna say we could do KFC, but I know those crag spiders are going to be better experience.
I think I took a wrong turn over there at Albuquerque. There's a brawler. Brawler is green, getting owned by the HighPass citizen. And here I am, back at the entrance again. Okay, so yeah, I went down there, which is a bad choice. Let's come over here. Take a left. There we go. You guys can tell it's been a while since I've been in the zone. Used to know it quite well. There we go. Green. Well, let's kill a couple of them. Let's see if we can get some scalps off. I think there's a champion right over there. Yeah, this champion is still blue. So there might be a few in here.
227.
This might actually be a solo video because Cypher has to go in about 2 hours, and it might take him about that long to get here.
I'm probably not going to get to the raid. I think that it's going to be more of a hassle, and I'll just make sure to hit up the sky raids until I get leveled up. Problem is, I think I mentioned this in my video that I did the other day, is that I find that in the higher end guilds, more of the raiding guilds, I actually have to retract that a little bit because I was invited to a group last night on Malikdori, but I find it hard to get groups within my guild. But I've always had that problem because there's people who are just it's like a click thing. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What? That's why I like Kittens to send me out. I've never really seen where they have a click. It seems like they do have the top end players, but those guys go out of their way to bring in anybody who has any inclination that they might want to go out there and join them. They do low level grouping as well, and it just seems very, very open and not so closed off with just like 5 or 6 people pretty much doing everything by themselves. Which is great if you can find a group of friends like that that you click with. You know, I would not hold it against you, but at the same time, other people want to be in.
The way I was talking about it is, I think I was talking about grouping, and that if we were going to do a hardcore guild, which is meaning, and this is something else that that someone mentioned, I think it's the way I'm going to go if we do it, is that everyone in the guild has to turn it buff to the D so that no one else can buff us. because that was the whole point, is that you can't be buffed by anyone outside, anyone other than yourself, because originally it was going to be solo. And then I was talking about how a lot of people were complaining about there not being access to talking to people through a guild. And so I said that's one of the things that I want to do is, if we're going to do a guild, number one, I can't be the guild leader. I don't have the attention span to be a guild leader. But I wouldn't mind being the raid leader, because I'd love to do things like go to Blackborough to get things for monks and other people, and also for enchanters they can get those MR negative MR items. But if we're going to do the guild thing, I don't want to alienate anybody. If there's people that want to come and group, then I want everyone to be able to come and group in that zone. So if there's already a group going, we make room for another group. We make another group, split up the people, so we're making sure that things are happening for everyone.
Right. Which can be kind of tough depending on the zone.
It can be.
Like if you go to Lower Guck, for example, I mean, it's a dungeon, so obviously spots are going to be somewhat limited, but if you're all around level 35, bedroom is pretty much the only place you can go unless people want to risk it and go to the living side. And
yeah.
I mean, it works. It works on the living side. It's going to be more dangerous.
Yeah, it's just that that's the whole point of having raids to it, that you get your whole guild going. You're able to take out mobs, and then also able to get loot for people. Like an evil eye bag raid would be a good one, because monks are gonna need some way to have
like Rasta
have
and
weight
evil
reduction.
at the same time.
Yeah.
That would be a nice little spot over there on the living side. You know, I do wish that raids could have been formed a little bit easier in this game. In EverQuest 2, they actually gave you a group window so that you could have like multiple groups in your raid, and everybody got experience for killing stuff when they were in a raid.
Who was your main again on EverQuest 2?
I had Villa. It's Villa, or what was the other guy? It was a Guardian. It was my main there for a while. I had a Cleric too, but to be honest, the Guardian was just so much fun to play.
Yeah. I did the opposite. I played the Cleric. So the raid window was amazing. If I never paid attention to my group window unless I was directly healing the tank, because a Templar would usually be the one who heals the tank. But I'd make sure to heal everybody. Anyone that was getting to a point where it was they were going down, I'd make sure that I would be healing somebody, healing them, or I'd heal in my group, because I had a group heal if my group mates, just because I didn't want to concentrate on only my group. I wanted to make sure that everything was going on. And then for being an Inquisitor, everybody, I mean, I was the only Inquisitor in our guild that was raid ready. And the one thing that it was that we always had was, is it time? Is it time to bring the hammer? That, you know how Inquisitors have the ability that once a times or raid mob gets to 2%, you insta-kill them as an Inquisitor? Man, that was the best feeling. I had a job in the guild, not only to heal, but I was the person who finished the fight. Plus, that was my secondary job through healing. I also debuffed the mob too.
Right. Well, there's a lot of jobs that you could have in that game as a healer. I just like as far as the guild window goes, I thought it was really well designed. I didn't like the limitation of only 4 groups. I thought in a game, especially if you're going to do EverQuest old school, as many groups as you want should be able to fit into that. Now, how that fits on the screen... They were going along the WoW scheme,
I think. Yeah. I think they were going based off of the WoW scheme.
Well, and it gives them more control over the mobs, too, when they're trying to decide like how hard this mob should be. If you can say right off the bat, only 4 groups max can be in here, then you could design that mob to take advantage of a lack of clerics or lack of enchanters or lack of warriors, because you can only have so many. Versus
Did
like
we
the old
decide
school.
that we're going to Crag Spiders?
Yeah, it's pretty much the only place open I think at the moment.
All right, I'm gonna get a port over there. Are you already heading down the ramp?
Nah, I'm killing those. I'm moving that way.
Okay, because I can't walk through that zone. I don't have invis.
But yeah, having
Where?
like tabs on it would be pretty cool, so that you could
Yeah,
have like 14, 15 groups with you, which might be a little excessive in some people's minds, but when you go after some really big raid targets, say, AOW, Avatar of War, as a guild that may not be completely 100% geared out for that, the more groups, the better.
yeah.
Let's see.
Well, they were doing instant targets, so that wasn't always a thing though. Whenever the game came out, there were gods that you could fight all across the world, and I forget what they called them. There was a name for the
They
gods.
brought them back too for the holiday events. They'd bring out, some like level 900 god and let everybody come together and try beating that guy down.
Well, did you get the charm whenever you kill them? Because that was the main thing about those gods, is that only certain guilds were able to take them down.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a raid requirement for those. We had 2 raid groups of the four group setup, taking on a god because of the fact he was just so hard. There was one in the Common Lands. I think it was in Mithril Mar or something like that.
Yeah. But he'd kill like 90% of those people. Like anybody who showed up, they're gonna die.
Yeah, it was not an easy. It was not an easy situation.
It wasn't really a
But
good
you
mob
would
either.
get these. Well, it was amazing. His loot.
His loot was amazing, but as far as like the strategy goes, there wasn't. It was just like, here's an overpowered mob. Throw all the people you possibly can at it, and if you get lucky, you might be able to kill it. Like, there's no strategy. There's no like, let's keep the wizards in the back and healers over here. There's no strategy whatsoever.
There was a strategy. The strategy was to make sure that whoever the main tank was, that was the only time I remember in Everquest 2 where your clerics had to be on point. You had to be Gix, you good? You go with me? He doesn't hate me. And it's the only point ever that I saw a tank chain thing where tanks would just be grabbing for aggro, because we had a pretty good on par. Everybody was really equally geared. Our tanks usually got the first idols off of those gods, but the clerics would have to chain heal our tank because of the fact that he was just getting destroyed.
See, they didn't do it that way in my end. The way that it was kind of done on ours is everybody rushes in. The tanks would get in there, fight as long as they could. They would die, and then they would spawn over next to the bell, put their mount back on, run over really, really quickly, and they already had all their full buffs on and everything else to go with it. So, like, if a healer ran out of power, go in there and die, spawn back out like 4 feet away from where you're at, and run back in with full power and full buffs already activated. It was super, super easy as far as corpse runs, because there were none, and you didn't have to rebuff everybody. So, super non, like, tactical. Just survive and then pop back in. And I think that was Noddle calling us. Let's see if I can get... I don't really want to click off of the screen, though, as I'm running over this mountain. So give me a minute here, guys, and we'll throw Noddle in here, because I'm going to fall off if I do it. I know it. This is a place that a lot of people have done the exact same thing. Auto run.
The memories.
Juicebox says the same thing. His guild never really gets anything going on as far as groups go. And Jay Dill is actually leaving the guild he's in, which is Gnome Sand, because of that reason.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad when you see guilds that just don't group all they do is raid. But there are some high-end raid guilds. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You there, Nodal?
Yo.
Hey, man.
What's up?
So you want to come with us? We're going to be going over and killing some crag spiders in North Karanas, or possibly somewhere else if we can find a good area to maybe Runei, something like that.
Whatever you guys want to do, man. What levels again? 20?
20-ish.
20.
I'm 22, he's 24. Shaman and Ranger.
I have a 16 Magician or a 31 Shadow Knight is all I got. So 16 and 8 is 24? Or what's your lowest? You could do a 31 with a 31, right?
Yeah, I think so. 22, right?
Yeah, but if we do that, then we're gonna have to find another zone to go to. What class is it?
Shadow Knight.
So we got the heals already for that. So
31 Shadow Knight or 20 or 16 Magician.
Well, he's 24, almost 25.
Oh
yeah.
So you'd have to bring the Shadow Knight. Shadow Knight, we could go over to like Runei.
Soul A or something. Runei is we could try to
Yeah, let me
I don't know
look it
what
up just
level
to be sure.
that zone is. That zone is so awkwardly ranged.
Ranger and what is he? Shaman? CT, man?
Show me.
Well, you know how much you love CT.
Ooh, Kazakh though would be kind of
Oh yes, I am down for that. I'm actually bound over there. So I
7
don't have to get a port.
Level
I'm not
7
sure
to
what
level
Shadow
30
Knight
is Runei.
That don't sound great for a 31.
Yeah,
Kazakh though would be.
Yeah. Actually, it'd be nice to have a bard or a chanter of Kazakh.
Could you
we'll have to take it slow.
Could you pick me up maybe in Eastern Karanas? Because I just ran here from Upper Guck, and I don't really want to rig that entire run all the way back, the exact same route. Unless I want to show people around Norath, I could make the run through the Wrath Mountains.
Maybe take a boat?
Yeah, it'd take me like an hour if you guys are up for that, or I can just get a port.
Oh, it'd take you more than an hour, I think.
I'm just starting to load in the game and cooking a hamburger at the same time. So there you go.
On your computer? Is that like a new tactic where people cook it in their car?
There's an app for that, dude.
I would not be surprised. I think there's pretty much an app for everything these days. My phone definitely gets hot enough if I'm using it as a hotspot, so. But yeah, I think they could have done a little bit more with the like raid window style in classic Everquest. But I'm happy that they left it kind of open at the same time, so. Did you ever play Everquest 2, Nuddle?
No, I never did.
Did you play any of the other MMOs out there with a raid like window integrated into it, like World of Warcraft? I think they had that in there as well.
Not until like P99 and later for me, man. Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Strictly Everquest. Now on the Uthgard, DOC Uthgard, it's just like another chat channel. You know how Everquest has chat channels you join? Mm-hmm. It's like a what's it called? Battle? No, not Battlegrounds. Something like that. But you type join BG and then the person's name that's leading it, like Demiro, and then everyone in that channel can see your chat. But you have to join it and you have to leave it, like a chat channel.
But it's not like group-wise.
It's not like a separate window. It's in your group chat window.
Let me see if I can turn the mic down a little bit on Skype. It's a little loud.
Your mic or mine?
Yours is just a tad bit.
My freaking loudest. You know what?
It's just a tiny bit down. It's all right. I can turn it down.
What the hell, dude? You know, the other night I was thinking, like, the guy said other guy needs to get a headset or something. Dude, I have a headset. I have no idea why my headset picks up, like, my son from clear across the living room. I don't know if I need, like, one of them shield guards on it or something, or what, to be honest.
Do you have one on it?
It's got, like, one of the... Nah, not a shield guard. It's got, like, one of them fuzzy things over the end of it, you know what I mean? Like, supposed to help. But no guard, you know what I mean? No shield guard or anything.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you could do beyond that would be to get one of those mics that is not omnidirectional. So it only picks up sound coming from the front of it, and anything around the outside is lost.
This one only has it only has holes in the part that faces my mouth. So I thought that's the only place it came from. So, I don't know. I just need to buy a better. It is a headset though, and a mic, so that's what I'm lost on, and I'm messing with it, so I apologize.
I was gonna say, are you eating it right now?
Yeah, I'm chewing on it, so but hope it'll be better. You know what I mean?
It sounds okay. I mean, it's a little loud on my end, but it may sound fine to everybody else. If you guys are okay with it, let me know in chat, or if you guys want us to lower it down and raise it up, whatever.
It's the same one I've always had, so I don't know if Skype changed the setting or if I changed the setting.
Skype, man.
But I mean, it's the same one that I've had. Actually, I take that back. My old one broke like 6 months ago, and I bought a new one. You know what I mean? But the same kind. So, you know. I'm trying to see where I need to go here. East Corona, isn't it? Is that where you are?
Sorry, messing with my side on this one now. Down there on the floor on the computer.
Yours is on the floor?
Oh,
is it North Corona? Is that where you are? Where are you?
No, it's east. I think it's a evac or a sucker.
Yeah.
Succor?
There it is. I don't know why I put it right there, but I did. Okay. Give me a minute. I'll be right there since it refreshes.
I tried to get a port over here from a druid a while back, and he ported me to North Coronas. And when I told him I wanted east, he said there was no port to east.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, oh, you're new to the game, aren't you? He's like, yeah, I've only been here for a couple of months, and this is his first tune. So I was like, yeah, there is one, but I don't think he was high enough to have it.
I was going to say, I think it does come later, to be fair to him.
Oh, no, I wasn't giving him a hard time. I was just like, you're probably going to look forward to that one, because it's nice. Nice to be able to go wherever you want. And the Coronas are so big, even if you had a port to each one of them, you'd probably still use them, you know?
Yeah. I think I went to the wrong one. What the hell?
Hey, Chupa. Nodal needs to shut his face. I'm
at East. Where am I?
Are you?
East Corona?
Yeah.
I'm here.
There
There's
you
a big
are.
giant
There you are.
freaking Trent over here, though.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we going again? I'm sorry.
Kazakh?
Okay. Fair, right?
If you can get me right into Kazakh Duel in the maze.
No, that's not a thing.
Wait, I thought you were a wizard.
No, we don't do those things.
Are you saying there's actually a zone where wizards are needed?
No. Who wants to be ported inside the middle of Kazakh Duel?
Nobody
does.
We got ported in, and if you guys want to, I would not suggest doing it, but if you wanted to, you can go back and watch that video. Me, Thoom, and a bunch of the other guys got ported into Kazakh Duel from a wizard who decided to leave us there immediately upon zoning in with no invises or anything. And yeah, we were bound all the way over in Hollis. So we had to make the run all the way back. It was beautiful. We're very happy about that, actually.
Wait, was Cypher here? Not to interrupt your story, but was Cypher here before I port?
No, he's not here with us.
Okay, port man.
I don't think he is. Yeah, I don't know where he is right now.
Did you see that Hydros posted a video today, man?
No. What's the video of?
Just him talking about life but it was Grand Theft Auto. That's what he was playing Grand Theft Auto 4. But he kind of gave some insight about where he's been and what's going on with life and how he hates YouTube.
Oh, really?
and got burnt out and kind of told a little bit of a story. It's a nice little story and update video more than anything, I think.
How's he doing? Sound pretty good?
I mean, I think there's some stuff going on. I mean, if you watch a video, it'll. It's not a spoiler thing, right? I can talk.
The Hydros?
Yeah, he pretty much said he's got burnout on the game. He doesn't feel like playing video games. He got burnout on EQ. He got to the point where he got burnout on EQ and kept going. You know what I mean? He didn't stop, which kind of made it worse. And then right now, there's a loved one in his life or something that's really sick. So, prayers and thoughts for him and all that stuff. So. Dude, this lizard just ate my face. Did I give you a sub?
I already had one earlier, but I'll take a regen if you got a regen before you head out. Do you guys remember what direction it is from here?
Yes. No. But I can see you in a minute.
You can what?
I can in the zone.
Did he talk?
I don't know. Did you get any of that? All I heard was robot.
You've been eating Tide Pods?
He's eating a robot out right now, I think is what it is.
Eating a robot out?
Yeah, you know, all the clanking noise.
Jesus Christ, dude.
He is a tinkerer.
Jeez, man.
He is a tinkerer. Ah, there we go. There he is. See, he can hear us.
See, I hear you guys. I can never hear from. I'm sorry, in robot voice.
I don't think he's eating a robot out. I'm just saying.
No, maybe. Hey, Ty Sticks, how you doing, man? We're doing pretty good. We're gonna be going over to Kazakh Thule tonight, trying that out. Maybe not. Gonna die. We got a shaman and a high-level shadow knight to tank for us. West. All right, I'm just gonna go west and see what I run into.
Let me know if that's right, because I gotta come here on a Shadow Knight a little bit.
You need to port over? Because I can port you on my wizard.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Right into Kazakh, and then I'm gonna gate out. You're on your own. Alright, so there is a road over here. Should I follow it? What do you guys think? 50-50 chance of me going to GOG.
Can you track it? Have you been leveling?
I have not been leveling my tracking because why would I as a ranger?
Goodness.
Who uses tracking as a ranger? All I'm picking up.
Use sense heading.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked LOC better than sense heading back in the day. I should use my tracking more often, but this guy has been leveling so fast.
There's no rule that says you can't use sense heading and Loke at the same time, dude.
It's true, but LOC is so much more accurate and nice, whereas sense heading fails on you sometimes.
Okay,
Ooh,
I'll be right back.
That's probably not a good place for me to be over here next to these guys. Let's see. That is an ogre. How does he feel about me? Does he love me? He is indifferent to me. Really? The ogres out here in the zone are indifferent?
Well, yeah, merchants will be. I gotta recamp my shaman for some reason.
I am lost in the zone right now, so I'm hoping I just don't get backstabbed by the dude. Ah, here we go. Here's the bridge. I think I'm on the right track. Okay, the guy that roams over here is also indifferent to me. I'm not invis.
Are you talking about the
Bouncer Flurb or Furb? Flurb?
Yeah.
He's ready to attack.
I was about to say.
So I did find one.
There's a problem.
Right off to the left of the main bridge, I believe, is the fallen pillar, right? It's the left, not the right?
You're well, it'd be to the left, yes.
Let's see if we can find this one. Going in the exact opposite direction of the guard is always a good idea. Chupa, you want to join us on the call? You're more than welcome. Or if you want to come out, I believe you got a level 20 something.
She's got a little 20 something.
Or any of you guys that are watching, more than welcome to. Right now we only got 3 people, so it may be a little dangerous. Might have to stay in the courtyard. Let Nano pull from the maze. Let's see. Oh yeah, you're gonna die, young man. You're all gonna die. Not to be ominous or anything. Nah, that's not ominous at all.
Thanks,
there we go.
Sir.
That's
welcoming.
It's tie sticks right there.
We all gonna die. All right, I gotta wait till I can get back in. My character's still in the game apparently.
No worries. Where's your guy at right now?
In Thule Swamp.
Okay, so he's.
I was bound in at Guck, so I was able to just get back over.
What about you, Nano? Did you need a port?
I am in High Hold Keep.
Did you see my message, Nano?
Which one?
Did you read it?
Oh yeah, dude. I was getting on the computer when I read it. What is the difference? Camelot Unchained, isn't that an older MMO rather than
no?
the
Camelot
Crowfall's
Unchained.
brand new?
No,
not
actually,
older, but I mean,
whenever
like...
you were talking about Crowfall, I thought you were talking about Camelot Unchained.
Oh, okay.
Camelot Unchained is set to release either this year or next year.
Ah.
And instead of it being a like the AOC where you have a PvE lifestyle and then you have a RVR lifestyle, it's going to be RVR right off the bat. You gain your skills by fighting in RVR. So it's all the fun of doing RVR in Dark Age of Camelot. It's constant now. So it should be a whole lot better than and they're doing kind of the same as Crowfall, that you don't actually get levels. It's more of the skills that you build up, and you get points to use to build up those skills. Or if you want to be a crafter, you can go straight to crafting, but then you have to go on these raids that are in a dungeon that does have some PvE, but also every realm has access to that dungeon, and you have to go pretty deep to get access to the actual materials.
It doesn't have the reset, like resets the world or whatever, like the others do.
No,
like the other one does. Okay.
Mm-mm.
The one thing I did like about Crowfall, sorry, I'm eating cheese as I'm talking to you.
They've tested Crowfall though to have they tested Camelot Unchained to have at least 400 people on the screen at the same time.
You want me to pick you up?
I think they've done around the same thing.
The one thing I liked was the seasons. It was going to have spring, winter, spring, winter, or spring, summer, winter. You know what I'm trying to say, dude. Fall, winter. Is that the right order? I don't know. I don't live in America. I am a Shadow Knight. You are a wizard. Where do I need to go if I'm I have to run to freaking South Corona or some shit to get it right, or
North Coronas?
Should I just get a Dow?
North Coronas, or I can meet you in Commons.
Oh yeah, I think I'll just see if there's a Dowport that can meet me in Misty. No offense.
All right, I'll go back in. Shix wants to know if
you want to go the hard way.
I do appreciate you though.
No worries. Shix wants to know if a level 17 rogue, that might be a little too low, right? What's our cap?
31 now. I'm 31.
Yeah, 31 is where it's at.
I mean, if I don't find one, I will run all the way to the Commons, probably, dude. Because I ain't running through.
There's several on.
Coronas to get a port, right?
You know, out of all the Coronas that they have there, I think East Coronas is probably the smallest to run through.
I think I just level 30 character real quick instead of run this run. I'm trying to say. See what I'm saying?
That might be possible. Although I hear the Goblin Ears are no longer going to be a thing here pretty soon. I think they're going to be doing a patch, according to Cypher.
I got a couple to hit, man. Oh, Shraylock is up.
So Ty Stick says that would be fun. RVR is, in my opinion, the best part of DAOC. Now, when you're saying RVR, you mean realm versus realm.
Yes.
Did you like that in World of Warcraft, where you had like the orcs versus the humans?
I mean, that's a completely different scale of fighting, because that's just battlegrounds, and if it was PvP, then it wasn't a true PvP. It was, you had to pretty much travel to where they were, or you would find people in the middle, and then some servers you could turn your tag on, and that's only when you could be attacked by the members. RVR is PvP all the time, no matter where you are, because you build your own cities. You actually have crafters build your cities in Camelot Unchained and in Crowfall. So it's a different kind of thing.
Sounds kind of fun. But you said you wanted to play that new game. That's kind of how they do it in that one.
Yeah,
it's like PvP everywhere.
Darkfall. That's one that I'm very excited to go back and play. Their graphics are Everquest classic, kind of like this, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but I kind of like it. I like the classicness of it, to be honest. But it has building, crafting is pretty complicated. It's just overall fun. I enjoyed it.
Let's see. Right. What Goblin Ears? We are talking about the Goblin Ears over in Highkeep. Apparently, those as well as a few of the other items. If you want to kind of talk a little bit about that, Cypher.
Yeah, they're going to be changing the experience that you get and turning it back into an actual faction quest. So if you're going there at level 9 or 10 and expecting to be able to use them for experience, that's not going to be a thing anymore once the new patch comes out.
Faction still though.
Faction is still there, yeah.
All right, I think I got Dread.
He didn't say if he heard anything about the crush bone shoulder pads and belts. I'm hoping they don't get rid of those.
No, I
them
have
down
not.
too much. Those are amazing for lower levels. You don't really get to turn them in all that often, anyways. It's kind of a long run to make, and you only do it once you have 3 or 4 backpacks full. Or at least I only ever did it once I had 3 or 4 backpack full, or I was very close to leveling and I wanted that little boost to get my next level spells. Tie Stick says, as long as the server pop is healthy, that would be fun. Do you think PvP is reliant on server being healthy as far as the population goes? I know Red doesn't really have that population anymore, and people say it's kind of toxic over there. Do you think it's better when there's like 1,000 people on there rather than 100?
Probably, actually, the nice thing about Red is there might be 1 or 2 guilds, maybe. So, like, if a guild is killing something, then you go kill the other thing. You don't really have to contest for, you know what I mean? Like we're here, there's 6 guilds going for HOT, or 6 guilds going for, Vindy or Statue or so. You know what I mean? Like, there's 2 guilds there probably at the most that compete.
Yeah.
I would say maybe not even 2, maybe 1. So you just walk in, collect your pixels, and walk out. You know what I mean?
Is that fun though? Because there's servers out there where you can go into like God mode or GM mode. You can spawn, Veneral Sathir wearing umbrella and a dress or something if you really want to. But there's nobody there to show off the loot that you got. There's no competition, and so for me anyways, there wouldn't be that much satisfaction.
Other than, it depends on if you like the reward of beating other people to the mob, or if you like the reward of beating the mob. Because you're still beating Trachanon, you're still beating Vindy, you're still beating Statue, you're still beating, all the other things. You're not gonna beat the sleeper over there, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess
you're still
right.
beating the mob. You just don't have to put up with the bullshit of petition quests and, because there's.
I'm back.
There's no. Well, he trained me. Guess what? So you train somebody, you try to do, well, good job, high five. You know what I mean?
But then
train. That was a pretty awesome train. Good job.
With so few people, what are you going to do afterwards?
Yeah, that is true. But that's the same as here, I guess.
There's tons of things to do here. There's always places to go. In fact, we went to HighPass just to see if we could kill the orcs, and somebody was already there camping it, which kind of sucks for us, but it's nice to see.
You could do that there. You could have an unlimited number, one of every hole. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying there's nobody to group with. It's going to be you going to zone. The zone is always going to be empty, and like, who do you get to show off your weapons? You don't really get to help other players out. You don't have that interaction of trains coming into the zone. You don't have the trading going on at East Common Tunnels. It seems like it'd be very lonely and be kind of like playing a single-player Everquest game.
What?
Think of it like this.
Having Red with the population.
If you were in that one guild, say there's 80 to 100 people on that server, right? Which is probably a good day anyway. But let's say you're in that guild of 60 people, and they are committed 60 people to log in every day or every other day or whatever. You're playing with 60 friends. Every time you log in.
Yeah, but you're missing out on the ambiance of having all the people in the background. The one thing I miss out on this one is everybody on the server is really nice. Obviously, that's something we've mentioned many, many times before. But I still miss the strange conversations that would pop up in OOC. Maybe you guys had this on your server too, where somebody would mention something and then people would just go off on like a tangent or a rant about like the strangest stuff, and you'd be like, I don't know why they're arguing over like which Doctor Who is the best, and then they make a comment and you're like, oh, I gotta say something about that, right? And you get into it, everybody else starts getting into it, and it goes on for hours. Like, you might leave the zone and come back and people are still talking about why Chuck Norris's arm muscles can destroy the planet or something stupid.
I've
never played.
I remember those kind of conversations.
I never played Red, but I could see where the non-competing for pixels or the quick handling of competing for pixels would be, maybe more attractive than this server. You know what I mean?
I could see that
Just
for
my
the
opinion.
non-competitive people that don't want to go after those mobs, and I myself would probably enjoy that too if I wanted to go kill,
But
VS and get the epic piece I need for one of my tunes. It's just after that's done, like then I
well, look
lose
at
the
it
rest
this
of it.
way. Look at it this way. How many times do you raid? How many times do you raid really high targets? How many times do you raid with Peregrine Shift?
Not
How many
very
times do you
often.
raid with Kittens? Do you hang out more with your close friends? Like I mean, I either solo or hang out with just my friends, and that's about it. So if you, me, Thum, Cypher, ZK, and everyone was playing red, you know what I mean? Does it really matter what server you're on
Yeah,
in the long
because we
run?
wouldn't have those shenanigans of somebody running to the zone with all those mobs and people asking for reses here and there and fighting over camp sometimes. And sometimes we'll do that. We'll get into like our mode where we really don't want to give something up, and we'll get into it with another group there. And those are just things that happen naturally because there's people on the server.
We should probably try it then sometime over there because I think, to be honest, that
We tried it
if
a
you get
little
into
bit.
those things over there, instead of fighting over it, you either win or lose. You know what I mean? There's no like, uh, you know what I'm saying? There's no like, oh, I'm gonna argue with you in OOC, and then we're gonna just take this camp instead. It's no, you beat each other upside the face until one of you dies, and then you go to whatever camp you want, and then maybe they do a corpse run and come back and beat you back in the face. That's how I imagine it.
Yeah, that's how you imagine it, and then you get over there. We had this with Doom, and you have one guy who's de-leveled himself with planar gear, and he just sits there and trolls you for an hour and a half, not letting you get back to your corpse.
That's no different than here when you walk into the orc camp and there's a level 60 guy killing every orc for orc scalps.
Well,
I mean, which is going to change, but that's the same damn thing that.
the
Look at
difference
that.
is that you can't actually even play the game. You are literally just getting killed again and again and again and again and again at your spawn point because the guy feels like being a jerk.
Should you go to another camp or something?
No,
I
no,
mean,
we couldn't even get away. He found out where the spawn point was. Like he trolled us over at the Crushbone entrance, and then we finally got away from him over there. He eventually killed us, and he just sat there and kept killing him again and again at his spawn point.
that sounds like fun.
It's not.
Was
That's
that
what I'm saying. It's
west?
not
Did you
fun
say
at
that was
all.
west or something like that? Or do I need to look up the logo for CT because I'm in the zone now or in Ferrot?
Oh, I can give it to you. No, I went west, and it leads you to a road, and if you follow the road, it squiggles around. It has a lot of lefts and
Yeah.
rights, and if you take all the lefts, I believe it take you to a bridge, and then when you get to the bridge, you follow the left of the water yet again. I'll just give you the LSE because that'd be easier.
You're scaring me, yo.
It's a little complicated to write.
But I mean, to be honest, you guys got to what level? Like what, 10 or something, or maybe or
Yeah,
20
we
maybe?
kept getting trolled, man. Like hardcore trolled.
And it's like, I hate to compare it to this server, but you can whine and cry about the big guilds taking anything, but you join a big guild, and guess what? You're now taking everything, and you don't whine and bitch and cry about the big guild taking anything. So if you're on red and you whine and cry about guilds killing you, then you join their guild and they don't kill you anymore. Maybe, perhaps.
I don't think that's the case because Thum was in a guild where somebody tried killing him. Again, like we got trolled everywhere we went, so he was in the same guild as somebody who was killing him.
That's weird. If someone in your guild's killing you, I find that odd.
It's negative 1440 and negative 59. So just round it up to negative 60. Might be easier on you.
Negative
Just run. Oh no,
14.
Terror. Terror, the voice of reason here, is saying just run south from the Druid portal.
Oh, that's the way I'm going. Sweet. Negative 1440 and negative 49, right? Something like that.
Negative.
Hey, she's got a wizard or
and
level.
negative 59.
Well, she's big chicken.
Yeah, come on, join us, Tara, if you want. Level 20s are what we're playing. We got a 31, so anything within the range of a 31.
I don't know what level her paladin is. Oh, she has a ranger too. I think
Let's see.
it's
Gaming.
not named ranger either.
Oh, she didn't get the greatest name ever. Level 4 paladin now. Congrats, dude. You're leveling up. You just created your tune. I think it was last night, wasn't it?
Yep.
So he's gotten 4 levels in a day or 2 days. That's pretty
Correct.
good. Yeah. Have you made your way over to, a little bit away from the Kaladin entrance? Have you gone out to kind of just check the surroundings, getting lost out there a little bit, make your way over to the docks, as not is famous for saying all roads lead to the docks in that zone? Stream Easy is saying, is Red becoming more popular again? I don't think so. If anything, it's probably becoming less popular. How come you guys are talking about? Well, we were talking about DAOC and how they had realm versus realm, and somehow that kind of led into player versus player, and whether population made the server more enjoyable or less enjoyable for PvP player versus player style gameplay. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.